And yet another day slips by. Neville Goddard says to revise the conversation as you hear it. He also shares about his father who would every single day imagine in a very specific way specific events of his day having gone his way. My name is Mr. 2020. You are listening to the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing, the power of imagination. But you've got to remember something. Neville Goddard also said, you are the power, you are the operant power. It does not operate itself. And I had an old friend show up on my Facebook timeline today. I haven't seen him in a while. Could be because I snoozed a lot of people on Facebook for 30 days, more than once as the election came up. Because I kept getting a lot of posts that basically had the feeling of, can I hear an amen? Can I hear an amen, brother? From lovely people who sold the pearl and bought politics. You know, I get it. Some people are happy their person won. Some people are sad their person lost. Some people are scared because their person won and they might get assassinated. Some people are scared because their person lost and it's the beginning of the end again. God, I remember when Ronald Wilson Reagan got into office. We didn't have the internet back then. Al Gore hadn't invented it yet. But I'll never forget all the crazies. And my mom was friends with the crazies, and maybe she was one of them. Love her to bits. But I remember Ronald Wilson Reagan. 666. There's 6 letters in Ronald. There's 6 letters in Wilson. There's 6 letters in Reagan. And look at Gorbachev. Gorbachev has a mark on his head. It's the mark of the beast. It's the beginning of the end. I think that was 1976. And I was 10 years old, still wetting the bed, getting that I would probably never get to kiss the Speeny girl, full of anxiety because of 666 Ronald Wilson Reagan. Talk about ridiculous. I've told you about going to the corner bookstore. I'd walk out there. Once I discovered I could buy self-help and personal development books and the Playboy Advisor. That was a good one. Yeah, Playboy came out with these little things where that asked Q&As, and they would advise you about life. And I thought, these are cool. Snuck them in the house. Even bought some Neville Goddard, which ended up in the bin because it was too biblical for me at the time. But I'd go out to the corner bookstore, and they would have the 1970, the 1972 edition, the 1974 edition, the 1976 edition of the up-and-coming financial collapse that everyone was worried about in the 70s. And the book, every month, every year that they put it out, it got thicker and thicker, and they just changed who the bad guys were. It was sort of like George Orwell's 1984. One day they're the bad guys, one day they're our allies. Does anybody remember? So we had the Trump and Kamala. It was the main event. And one lost. Some people are saying it was honest. Some people saying it was dishonest. Boy, that's been going on for a while, hasn't it? Decades. It's rigged. Radio. And then just when all we started getting back to normal, it was the Tyson-Jake thing. Was it a real fight? Was it a scripted fight? Was it a fake fight? Well, either way, one got 20 million, one got 40 million, I hear. Who cares? How much of your life are you wasting? You are a life-giving spirit. And I see my friend. I'm going to name him. His first name is Rich. Love him. And you know what Rich's posts are? At least 50% of them right now are my person lost. He's not having richness of experience or richness of life. He's having a shit show. Did you get scared and think I was going to name you? Do you think Rich is his real name? It just might be. But I want you to notice your richness of experience versus the tango of terror. So I've gotten way more than one personal message, private message, email about these. And I end them with one thing and one thing only. Hey, you know what? What if you surrounded yourself with some cool kids? I call it hunting camp. People that have something in common. They're diving deeper, soaring higher, exploring who they are. JoinRemarkable.com. That's one word, JoinRemarkable.com. There's a crash commercial. Here's my other one. How about if we do a one-on-one? Instead of us doing the texty back and forthy thing and you hoping that I'll texty something back and forthy with you that will help you. Like it's not all bad. It might be, it is what it is. You call it bad, I call it bullshit. I don't care. I don't buy politics, I buy the pearl. In other words, like Neville Goddard said, your faith in God is measured by your confidence in you. And you're confident that it's all crashing down. Well, there have been people that have been confident it's all crashing down for decades, and they've lived shit lives. Some of them have made some money selling books like The Up-and-Coming Financial Collapse. That's not how I measure happiness. I love making money. I love having money. I love spending it. I love investing it. I do. I think it's fun. But when you turn your financials over to fear fantasies. So by the way, so far, hey, why don't we do a one-on-one? You're lost in fear fantasies. All right? Instead of texty back and forthy, we could do a one-on-one, 30, 60, 90, you pick. And they say, I don't know. I'm scared about the future, so I'm not going to spend any money now. I'm going to sit here and hold my breath. All right, do that. Eat some sugar. Hold your breath. Distract yourself from your dreads instead of giving life to your dreams. Because the can I hear an amen crowd, that's what they're doing. They're seeking a fellowship of fear. And so I look at these posts. I go on Rich's timeline and I look, and people get on there and they agree with them. Yep. It's all over. It's the big end. Blah, blah, blah. And maybe one or two say, come on, man. Yeah. And they disagree. But absolutely none of the comments that I saw had anything to do with the pearl of great price, with you actually living your life. Not one. So Rich has surrounded himself with can I have an amen people and the occasional dissenter. And his richness of experience, I can guarantee, sucks. And you know what's sad to me? At some point, he stopped listening to the truth that sets you free and started buying the bullshit. And I'll imagine lovingly for him. I can't help it. He's a lovely man. And wouldn't it be nice if he put some skin in the game? Hey, 20, here's what I'm getting, right? Past 6 months, my income's down 50%. All right, so I go on their Facebook. This is not Rich, by the way. This is some other people's, way more than one. And I look, and for the past 6 months, what they've been sharing? Can I have an amen? Righty-o. So, wow, cool. Okay. Yeah, I got some ideas for you. Well, I was hoping you could just tell me something that would change my life. Yeah, like CNN. Stop buying into the fear factory. You came here to soar higher and higher. You are how God has the adventure of a lifetime. Neville says it in half a dozen different ways. I keep saying it almost the same way every day. And most people go, no, I'm not. I'm not God having the adventure of a lifetime. I'm a puny piece of shit that's influenced heavily by politics. Can I have an amen because my person lost or my person won and I'm afraid they'll get assassinated or worse? All right, that's what I got. And if this isn't you, if you fully are diving in, if you're playing like a wildfire person, if you're, if you're the participant in your life and not just a bystander in the bullshit box, good on you. You're probably one of the few that share the show, that give life to other people's dreams too. On the other hand, if I'm just a pleasant distraction from your dreads, I'm happy about that too. Because, they always say drink more water. Most people are just chronically dehydrated. And if I can be a spring of water for you, that's great. I'd rather be oxygen. I'd rather share moments of magic that take our breath away and cause us to breathe deeper and more fully. And I've made some suggestions. ManifestingMasteryCourse.com, 90-day adventure, $97, and joinremarkable.com. There's a few options there. One of them comes with, you can have a private monthly call with me. Another one comes with a goodie box with, like $2,000 worth of goodies in it now. Another one is just the basic membership. And they're all great deals. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be in the data-driven dread crowd. Can I hear an amen? I just want to know I'm not all alone with all my fears, because I feel small and insignificant. Or you can join us on the playground of possibilities. Totally up to you. Wow, this is a long one. I got really wound up today. By the way, the amount of time it takes to do a Manifesting Mastery course lesson, you get your members-only email every day, is about the time of this podcast. Always be investing. All right, let's do a quick, imagine I'm something yummy. Imagine lovingly for Rich. That he finds his way back to the prairie and abandons political bullshit as we go into the silence. So apparently people are listening to me when I say, I don't care. I don't care about Jake. I don't care about Mikey. I don't care about Trump and Kamala. And yeah, I'm aware of the news, like Sleepy Joe takes his walk in the woods after saying whatever he says. Remember, I grew up with Reagan. And I'm not against Reagan. And I'm not against Trump. And I'm not against anyone. In the Bible, it says God appoints your leaders. Neville Goddard says your awareness of being is God. And I'm not condemning or endorsing anyone, because you're the leader of your life, and your job is to lead lovingly, not to live in fear and seek an amen. Because the vastness and the fastness of you is love. So I double dog dare you to dive deeper with us. I really do. And I'd love to hear from you. You know how to do that. Have a great day. See ya.